Oh, yawn. Let me check. Here we are. Here we are. Okay. So guys, welcome to another video.
I get so many
Today
reports every day.
we're watching
like, hey,
this
Wednesday Addams,
story
where's
booth.
your brother? Or hey, Morticia, where's Gomez? Or hey, Halloween ended. I remember two incidences that really got underneath my skin. So the first instance was back last winter, and I was walking to Walgreens.
I'll be right back and get
approached
something
the
to eat
parking
because
lot,
I ain't eating
and this
nothing.
little boy is just staring at me, like pretty awkward and pretty uncomfortable. So I decided just to smile.
Yeah, like
Like whirled his head around and looked up to his mom and goes, "Mommy, Mommy, that girl looks dead. Should we help her? Should we help her?" And at first the mom was just kind of confused, and then she turned to me and just let out this giant dramatic gasp and then covered her child's eyes and goes, "Honey, don't look, she'll curse you." And then she just glared at me and started calling me a witch. And so I just ignored her and I'm like, okay, crazy lady, I'm just gonna go get my cough drops and I'll be done with her. And then when I came back out, she was still there and she was still chanting witch underneath her breath. And then I noticed that she had the charmed necklace around her neck, and I just kind of chuckled. She's like, "What's so funny?"
You always try to run out of
And I'm like, "Well, you're calling me a witch when you have the
Yeah.
wicked symbol around your neck, and you know the word witch comes from Wicca, which I am not. So yeah, don't be so judgy and don't shield your son from this. Like it's a horrible thing, you know." I just kind of left her there with like her jaw hitting the floor. The second instance really bothered me. I was ringing up my stuff at the self-checkout, and this guy is just staring at me. And I could tell that he was very religious, so I got my receipt, I got my change, my items, and I left. He follows me, grabs me by my shoulders, whirls me around, and goes, "Child, there's more to this life than worshipping the devil. Please, don't shroud yourself in darkness." I mean, the guy acted like I was going to be forever cursed in the pit of hell, but I just kind of snapped. And I was like, you know what? It's Bible thumpers like you that depict gods as satanic and evil, okay? I'm not sacrificing children. I'm not slitting people's throats. I'm not drinking goat's blood and running naked in the woods, okay? It's a fashion choice, not a religious thing. Can you please pull your head out of your butt and realize that?
Yeah.
And FYI, sir, I grew up in a Christian household and I live behind two churches. Alright, so don't tell me I'm satanic before you get to know me. So, there. And then I left. And the look on the guy's face, I will never forget it. It was a mixture of like, holy crunchies, right? And oh my lord, what did I just do? You know, so what? I'm goth. It's just my decision what I wear, how I look like. I'm me, and I wouldn't want to be anyone else but me.
Oh my god, we totally jumped off the cliff and had to swim all the way ashore because the dog chased us all the way to the end.
Who has live sports? Really? But we can't shoot commercials right now. So Hulu put our faces on some other guys' bodies. Take it from me. Deep fake steak mom.
Sure. A pet scar?
One day when I was in 3rd grade, I decided to sign up to play the viola. Yeah, big mistake. I ended up hating playing that thing. It was uncomfortable, and I hated reading the notes. But at that time, my teacher was nice enough, except for when she would yell at me for not cutting my naturally long nails, which I get was annoying for her because in order to sound good, I needed to have short nails. But I really couldn't give a flying cockadoodle pickle about all this viola stuff. So I really wanted to quit, but my mom wouldn't let me for 2 years because she thought I'd be the next Beethoven or something. But in 5th grade, she finally let me. Fast forward to about 8th grade, in my tech class, I had to sit next to some girl who really didn't like me for some reason. Like, she made a poem about me saying, if a brick smacked Jess in the face, the world would be a better place. So some crazy little Shakespeare chick who either wants me dead or wants my face to be as flat as a pancake is sitting next to me. Great. So I was just minding my own business when this snobby McSnobster turns to me and goes, "Hey, Jess, why don't you tell everyone why you quit viola?" Because it made me so stressed, I wanted to break it into itty-bitty pieces and then strangle myself with its strings until I was unconscious and blue. Why? Yeah, right. You sure it's not because you didn't want to cut your nails? Then that's when my eyes widened. Where did you get that false information? Oh, I asked some girl about you and she told me that. Well, I hate to break it to you, honey, but your friend is a liar. Well, actually, the teacher told her class. How pathetic. And blah, 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 blah. I just kind of zoned this chick out at this point. I was stunned that some 30-something-old teacher would pollute some kid's mind with some stupid lie about another student. I needed to know exactly what this teacher said about me, so I asked some of my old fellow Viola buddies, and going by what they said, this is what happened. Some girl said, "Hey, why isn't Jess here? Did she quit or something?" And instead of saying something along the lines of, "Oh, well, that's her private business," this salty teacher told her whole class, "Oh, the reason Jess quit is because she couldn't cut her nails." So some kids went, "Ooh, exposed." Others laughed like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, quitter, yeah, 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 yeah." I was mortified that 10-year-old me and my long fingernails made a negative appearance with my name in her class. Like, lady, you are 30. Your school gossiping days are over. At first, I was offended, but then I realized I'm not the 30-year-old wazzbag in this situation gossiping about 10-year-olds. But now, I just wish I could go back to my elementary school and suck up enough courage and confront her and say, "Hey, I don't appreciate your grown butt spreading a lie about my 10-year-old self and my fingernail length." And then watch the color drain out of her face. A huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Not all learning experiences have to involve a gossiping teacher. Skillshare is an online learning platform that gives you access to thousands. Halloween was literally right around the corner. And my best friend at the time, her birthday was coming up, and her mom told her that she could invite a friend to the Haunted Forest, and she asked me if I wanted to go with her. I was super excited because I had never been to a haunted forest before, but then again, I'm a really jumpy person, so I didn't know how it was going to go. So we drive there, we pay to get in, and we're walking. And for the first few minutes, everything's silent. It's just dark, there's some smoke on the ground, it's pretty good. I like the effects. And then around one corner, people like jump out at us, or people grab us from below. Well, they don't actually grab us, they just like swipe, and you can see it, and it freaks you out, and you jump and you scream, and my friend jumps and screams and then starts laughing, and in my head, I'm just freaking out, and my heart's racing, and it was not a good time. So we turn a corner about halfway through the maze, and this guy dressed as a werewolf pops out and like scares us. So my friend, she's scared, but then she looks at him and goes, "Oh, can I have a selfie with you? Like, you're so cute," and like starts flirting with this guy. And he's letting her flirt, and he's flirting back, and I'm just there going, "Oh my gosh," and I don't want to be there for that. So I kind of walk ahead, just like, "Oh, I'll catch up with you later." So I continue walking, and I turn a few more corners, jumping because I feel like something's going to pop out at me, because my heart is literally still pounding inside my chest. But when nothing happens, I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'll be in the safe zone for a little bit." Yeah, big mistake. I turn another corner a bit too close, and this guy, dressed as like a zombie or something, jumps out and scares me, and he was way closer than he was supposed to be. And of course, I screamed. I got scared. But I didn't just scream. I screamed, and because he was close and some, like, survival sense came in, I punched him in the face. And his nose started bleeding, and he had a big red mark on his head, and I felt so bad. I started apologizing and frantically, like, trying to help him up, but he pushed me away because, like, he was afraid I was going to beat him up or something. So my friend comes over, and she starts laughing at this guy. And she was not helpful at all during this, because she just thought this entire thing was a big, hilarious joke, which it was definitely not. So he calls over the manager, and I'm super embarrassed, and I feel really bad. And the manager tells me that they're not going to press charges as long as I leave and never, ever, ever come back. So we had to walk through the rest of it, and they wouldn't even, like, let us finish the experience because they didn't want me, quote-unquote, harassing their staff members. So I guess I will never, ever get to go to that haunted forest again. So, yeah, if you ever have a scary haunted forest experience, try not to punch anyone in the face.
Yeah, I try not to.
I sit with this group of friends at my lunch, and their names are Summer, Morgan, Linnea, Michaela, and Hannah. And when it comes to new people sitting with us, we're really selective because we all talk about the same stuff and we're just scared that we might not have anything in common with them. Saying that we shouldn't be treating mentally challenged children like that. And we felt bad about it, and after the gym teacher yelled at us, Morgan, Summer, Hannah, and I, we do a lot together. Morgan, Monica, and I, we all hang out at the lunch table and do stuff after school. Now I know you should never, ever treat someone who's mentally challenged differently, and they're just like us. And now that I've learned my lesson, I've never done that
See you later.
again.
Bye-bye.